Turning to an economy alert that is affecting the country's supply chain, independent truckers who are protesting at California's busy Oakland seaport law took a break today. The gig worker law protests calmed down today. Port activity slowed to a crawl. But some truckers say protests may resume on Monday. Truck drivers blocked entrances to the Port of Oakland this week, shutting down some operations. All were organized to protest a California labor law that seeks to limit the use of independent contractors. This affects nearly 70,000 independent truck drivers in the state. And here to discuss the economic impact of this trucker strike is Nick Bias. He's a professor and founding executive director of the Randall R. Kendrick Global Supply Chain Institute at USC. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Natasha.
And these protests are in California. How far can we expect these ripple effects in our country?
Well, I think what is uncertain as to how long they will carry on this protest and how much of an impact this can have on a slowing down of an inbound import coming into our country.
And truckers, are putting a pause on demonstrations for the weekend because it's just not as busy there. Is that going to give the ports any relief or time to catch up?
Absolutely not. So let's think about this, right? I mean, it's been about 29 months that we've been struggling with our supply chains. So think about the disruptions from the supply side, then demand side disruptions, and then we had geopolitical tensions and subsequent COVID spread in China and slowdown and shutdown. We have not taken a break to really reset the supply chain networks before the COVID. And on top, now we're dealing with these labor shortages, and then on top, this AB5. And if any further disruption, all it does, it really compounds the problem the supply chain has already experienced and will continue to drag this on further.
I hear you loud and clear. One weekend is not going to fix things. I understand. Well, so let me know if we have this right. The truckers are protesting against a newly adopted law that would reclassify them as employees. Why not just give them what they want here? What is the main issue with the change?
Well, I think, so as you mentioned, 70,000 truck drivers are impacted by it. They do not want to lose their autonomy of being an independent contractor drivers. They can, as a contract employee, they can work for whoever, whenever, and where, and that freedom is very important. Remember, this driver shortages has been a pandemic issues for us. It's not just a COVID-driven issues, but for the last 20 years, we have shortages of drivers. They're not getting compensated. The job is not that attractive. We have not done anything nationally in terms of driving human capital strategy to fill that gap. So then the last thing that they want is some government law run by politicians to impose upon them how should they be classified as an employee rather than independent contractor. So I think it's just going to convolute this problem to its max, and we're going to create further shortages of an issue that we already faced with it for a long period of time.
I see. Well, how long do you expect this could go on for? I mean, should we be expecting supply chain issues and some empty store shelves for a few weeks, or are we talking months?
I think it can drag on for months. And if this spreads across the rest of the California port, especially Port of Los Angeles and Long Beach, I think we can see the issue being dragged out even longer. Let's understand, we still have a lot to do before we really calibrate the supply chain pre-pandemic. And I think we need to rectify these issues as quick as possible.
Well, can I ask, and maybe one or two sentences, if you could sum up for us, what is the solution here? What can help?
Well, I am not sure that since Supreme Court did not take on this issue, that there is much that anyone and employers can do. However, the governor and the state legislators can certainly take a prerogative approach in terms of how far they go in terms of ramifications and consequences of those that they breach this, that can solidify. So the governor's office can certainly take a position and say, hey, in spite of how we see this issue being played out legally, that we tend not to take any actions against those issues that may rise up as an employee or the contract for a time being, that can ease up the pressure on these issues in the middle of the crisis that we're dealing with in employment shortages with the drivers.
All right, Nick Bias, we certainly appreciate you helping us understand this issue. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.